Let's get to something a little bit more exciting. So we got two teams on historic who are putting up historical numbers on opposite sides of the field. You got the Dolphins offense versus the Cleveland defense. It's September. It's early. It's warm. Miami's a warm weather team. Cleveland's a cold weather team. So you like to think that that defense can continue throughout the year. So I'll ask you first, probably Pete. What unit would you rather have? The Miami offense or the Cleveland defense?
If Nick Chubb,
No ifs.
but that is an if.
No. There's no ifs. I'm asking you, what unit would you rather have?
I like complimentary football, Lee, and so it would depend on what the other side of the ball looked like. In their current situations, give me the Dolphins offense because the Dolphins defense can complement their game. They have Vic Fangio, they have Bradley Chubb. They're gonna get back Jalen Ramsey later in the year. They have Xavier Howard. They have these guys on that other side of the ball. Cleveland doesn't have Nick Chubb anymore. Deshaun Watson looks like he played well last week, but certainly it still looks like he's lost a step to a degree.
Yeah, 280.
280 and two tug, and they won 27-3. I mean, it was a dominant game, but Ford isn't the guy. I guess we'll get to see when Hunt comes back what that'll do. But in the case of the both teams and their scenarios, I'd much rather have the Dolphins offense. Team scoring 70 points doesn't happen. And certainly against a defense last season that was pretty good, by all accounts, even though this year they haven't looked great, by all accounts, it's still a lot of the same guys. I know Bradley Chubb got traded halfway through the year, but that's still just one guy. I would, and plus I'm a Falcons fan, so I err on the side of offense because that's typically where our success has been, and our best season ever was an offensive team that looks very similar. Oh, shit. That's because the fucking coach was on our staff, too. Another guy that just got away, I guess, right?
Hey, give me that Cleveland defense. I think that defense travels. I think that defense works throughout the year. I don't know if that speed on that Miami offense continues to work as the season progresses, as it gets cold, as people start to figure some of that motion stuff out, and Tua's health. If we're gonna take it out of the vacuum, I think Tua's health is one of those things that we look at. But I think what Cleveland is doing is sustainable. They got the guys to do it, and they got Jim Schwartz out there doing it, who's done it time and time again as the defensive coordinator. But I think both teams are set up for success. I think both teams are going to do well. If Deshaun Watson can give you 250 and two tubs for the rest of the year,
and
limit the turnovers, the face mask, and they have competent running back play, just serviceable running back play. I do believe that Cleveland is going to be something to deal with in that AFC North. I had them winning a lot of games. I had a lot of teams in that division winning games, and you're looking at what's going on in Cincinnati. They still don't look good. Joe
Burrow's hurt, and it's apparent like he's limited. He's limited, and if he's going to be limited all year, if that injury is going to be what I've heard and then what I've seen, they're not winning. They're not going to make the playoffs. Like, they're not going to make the playoffs. And so
and then Baltimore, does Baltimore have any of their starters playing outside of Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews?
No. Because, their last game, you're right. They had 7 starters out combined, and that's a big deal. I mean, that's going to be tough for even Lamar to overcome, especially. Zay Flowers has been a really bright spot for them, though. Like, he's looked fantastic. He looks like, so far, the best rookie receiver that came out of the draft. So there's a positive to take away from that, but obviously didn't even include, when it said 7 stars, that doesn't even include the fact that J.K. Dobbins went down week 1. That's an 8th starter that you've been without. But Ronnie Staley, blindside.
Gus Edwards.
Did Gus didn't play last week?
He got hurt.
Shit. Again?
Yeah. When
they should make a move for Jonathan Taylor.
The Ravens have to take a look at what their training staff is doing because something's not right. Too many players are getting too hurt too often.
If there's a team that should take a look at Jonathan Taylor,
I'd like that.
let's get that midnight Indianapolis to that Baltimore, but let's do it the reverse way. Instead of Baltimore Colts going to Indianapolis, let's bring the Indianapolis Colts to the Baltimore Ravens. Jonathan Taylor and the Ravens offense, because Todd Monken would, I have to imagine, use him uniquely too, to where he's getting 4 or 5 catches a game.
He's good with running backs.
He's making a fantasy football team even more impressive once he comes back. But
a 1-2 fantasy football team, huh?
Hey, you got to face that 1-2 team, and Austin Eckler practiced today, so I haven't had him in my losses, unfortunately.
Hey, so let's keep talking about let's talk about some teams.
Fuck you, Lee, for saying that. A 1-2 football team. All right, well, I tell you what, I'm gonna Dan Lanning this thing. He's doing it for the clicks. He's like, we're doing it to suit up. He's like, we're here to hit with helmets. He's like, the Cinderella story ends today.
He did his best Kirby impersonation.